Hey, this is Straight to the Truth coming at you. I hope everybody's having a good evening. First of all, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow, and hit the bell up above so when I post a video, you'll be the first to know. This is going to be a very short video. I wanted to come in and bring you guys up to date on what happened with Diddy and his court date from him going to court today. So get y'all a little drink, a little drinky drink, just a little drinky drink, because we're not going to be here too long. But like I said, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to help the channel grow. All right, let's get at it. So, yes, today was the day that Diddy went back to court again for the third time. The judge that is handling Diddy's trafficking case summoned for Diddy's lawyers, Diddy, and the Fed prosecutor to come into court to explain what happened and what went down when Diddy's cell was searched. For all that don't know, Sean Combs, Puffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, is in jail charged with trafficking, kidnapping, and a few other things. Yes, so he's in jail for these things. He's due to go on trial as of May of 2025. So what was said is that the judge ordered Diddy's lawyers and Diddy himself and the prosecution, the Fed lawyers, to come in for a special emergency meeting due to the fact that when Diddy's cell was searched, they found some information that Diddy's lawyers are trying to say that was supposed to be between the lawyer and Diddy, which is supposed to have had legal run on it. But then when they got into court, the Fed's lawyers, they said that there was nothing wrote on there, and they brought out pictures that was taken of all the paperwork and the information and the receipts that they seized from Diddy's cell. So the judge is trying to get down to the bottom of somebody's lying and somebody's playing right in the judge's face. The pictures show that there was nothing on there that said legal. So they're thinking that maybe the Diddy or his lawyers, they wrote after the fact that those on the paperwork or on the folder that the paperwork was in, they wrote on there legal. When it come to find out, it wasn't anything that said legal or confidentiality or anything. Now, it is known when you're in jail, they can go in and search your cell at any time. They can look through your stuff at any time that they want. But if it says legal or some kind of legal paperwork to help work on his case, they're not supposed to do that. So when the judge got wind of this, he asked for an emergency meeting and told them that they could not use any of the information that they found in Diddy's cell. But that was before, y'all follow me now, follow me on this. That was before they found out that somebody was lying, that there really was nothing on there that said legal or confidentiality or for the Diddy or and his lawyers. They're thinking that Diddy and his lawyers lied. So Diddy is also trying to get bail. I know they said the judge was asking where is Diddy going to stay, what security team is he going to use to monitor him, and other questions. Diddy was trying to be in California, but the judge said no. So now they're looking at places in New York. So this could go any kind of way. It looks like with the way the judge is talking that Diddy might be out by next week before the holidays. They are saying that the judge was asking plenty of questions. The judge is holding the case over until next week, and he will make his decision next week. Meanwhile, when they go back to court next week, the judge wants to know. He wants answers. He wants answers about this confidentiality paperwork that was found in Diddy's cell. Did it say legal on it? Did it have anything to do with Diddy's case? What is really going on? So that's what we have so far. That's what went down in the court today. Diddy's family was there. His 3 sons, his 3 daughters, um, his mother, some other people was there on behalf of Diddy. So this is getting very, very interesting. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about the nurse's student that was murdered and raped when she was out on her morning run, a nurse's student. Okay, let's go into this tragic story about this nurse's student who was killed while she was out on a morning run. First of all, I want to give condolences to the family, and I never want to see anybody go through this. So this story is, we're not going to go too far in it, but this is just to bring awareness on, you know, being safe when you're out there and you're running by yourself. And you're running on these trail paths, you know, making sure you have some kind of pepper spray, you know, just something to help protect yourself, because you never know what idiot or demon is going to be out there waiting on you. So this is just to bring awareness. Evidently, this guy was over here in the country illegal. This was one of these immigrants that Biden and Kamala Harris let into the country illegal, and this is the type of stuff that they're doing. This is why we're bringing awareness to this. So check it out, y'all. Okay, it says a nursing student who was tragically killed while on a run was Laken Riley, a student at Austin University who was found dead in a wooded area on the University of Georgia campus in Athens, Georgia. She was murdered while jogging on February the 22nd, 2024. This is so sad. This is so sad. Just want to ask God to cover her family while going through this. It also says Mrs. Riley, a nursing student in the city of Athens, northeast Georgia, was found dead in a wooded area of the University of Georgia, UGA, campus after she did not return from her morning run on the 22nd of February this year. I don't know if we got a picture of her. Let's see. It says, migrant accused of killing nursing student stands trial in U.S. The trial just started like a few days ago. This fool don't even speak English. Imagine that. Let's see. Let me see. Show you guys a picture. This is a picture of her. Beautiful young lady. Was in her last year, her senior year of nursing school, was about to become a RN and make her parents so proud. And this no good demon animal took her life. This is her. Let's see what it says. It says the trial of an undocumented immigrant accused of killing nursing student Laken Riley, whose name became a rallying cry in the border security debate during the U.S. election, has begun in the U.S. state of Georgia. During opening statements, prosecution said they had digital forensics and video evidence to prove Joss and Tino, I don't even know how to say this last name, Albarera, killed the 22-year-old university student. Mr. Albarera went hunting for females, and when Mrs. Riley fought back, he bashed her skull in with a rock. So evidently, he came across her, stepped in her path, wouldn't let her go by. When she started to call the police, he grabbed her and bashed her head in with a big rock. Statement. So it says, during open statements, prosecution said they had digital forensics and video evidence to prove Josh Antino killed the 22-year-old university student. Mr. Abreu went hunting for females, and when Mrs. Riley fought back, he bashed her skull in with a rock, the lead prosecutor alleged. The defense team argued that the evidence linking Mr. Abreu to Mrs. Riley's death was circumstantial. What else we got here? It says Mrs. Riley, a nursing student in the city of Athens, northeast Georgia, was found dead in a wooded area of the University of Georgia, UGA, campus after she did not return from her morning run on the 22nd of February this year. Mr. Avern was arrested the next day. He faced 10 criminal charges, including felony murder, aggravated assault, and other alleged crimes. He has waived his rights to a jury trial, which means his case is being heard and decided by the county judge, H. Patricia Hargard. Haggard. Court records show that prosecution are seeking a life sentence without parole as the trial opened on Friday in an Athens courtroom. Lead prosecution Shelley Ross said data from Mr. Riley's smartwatch shows, Mrs. Riley's smartwatch shows she had fought for her life, fought for her dignity only minutes after departing on her run. The victim's struggle was fierce. The prosecutor said Mrs. Riley called police at 9:11 that morning, and her heart stopped at 9:28. So imagine she fought. She fought to stay alive long enough to be able to call the police. She called the police at 9:11 while she struggled to stay awake, and she died at 9:28. God bless. 9:28. With no more movement from the device, the court heard the prosecution also shared video evidence, including security cameras footage that allegedly showed Mr. Abreu throwing away blooded clothes and gloves into bin, like a garbage bin, which were empty before police could search them. Probably the garbage people picked it up. Police could search them. Mrs. Ross said her team would present future proof that would link Mr. Abreu to the murder. She said they had found Mr. Abreu's DNA under one of Mrs. Riley's fingernails. There it is, because he had scratches and all that stuff all over him. DNA under one of Mrs. Riley's fingernails and his thumbprint on her mobile phone. Abreu defense attorney Dustin Kirby concealed during his opening statement that the evidence in the case is very good. The Lincoln Riley was murdered, but he said proof connecting his client to Mrs. Riley's death was lacking. He argued that it did not convince beyond a reasonable doubt the evidence therefore required to find Mr. Albrecht guilty. Judge Huggins also heard from two witnesses, Police Sergeant Keith Maxwell, who discovered the body, and Mrs. Riley's roommate, Lily Stainer. Prosecutors played Mr. Maxwell's body camera footage, which graphically showed his attempt at resuscitating the young woman. He tried to do CPR on her, but I guess she was just too far gone. It's really sad. It really is. The roommate went looking for Mrs. Riley when she had been in the woods a while, but only found one of her headphones. They called police. Mrs. Riley's death and Mr. Albert's criminal and immigration history became a center topic in the immigration debate that defines the 2024 presidential election. In March, President Joe Biden, a Democrat, was heckled over Mrs. Riley's murder during his State of the Union address. Republican lawmakers blamed the Biden-Harris administration for Mrs. Riley's death. They said it was the fault of the White House that Mr. Albrecht was entered to U.S. unlawful in 2022, was able to remain in the country despite his criminal record. So what they're saying is that he came over here and entered illegal due to the fact that Biden and Harris opening them borders and just let anybody come in here. All kind of criminals, gang members, cartels, traffickers, just anybody able to come in here. And this is the type of stuff that they're doing. In the race for the White House, President-elect Donald Trump, a Republican, invoked Ms. Riley's name on the campaign trail. So anyway, yeah, this poor lady was a nursing student. She was in her last year, her senior year, due to graduate this coming up May. And this is what has happened. They open them borders and they let them immigrants and anybody and their mama come in here. They don't check the records. They get in trouble, they get arrested, and they let them right back out here. They are raping kids, women, committing crimes, taking over people's businesses, apartments, just doing all kind of stuff. Never mind the amount of money that the taxpayers is paying to feed them, house them, clothe them. So I am all for Trump doing a massive deportation and getting them out of here, because there are so many of them committing crimes. Imagine you paid your hard-earned money for your house and these idiots come over here and take over your house. Or you've done your hard-earned work and all your life you've been doing what you had to do to maintain your business. Maybe you got a little community store, a little gas station, and they've come up here into this country, U.S., and they've taken over. And they've taken over your business, these gangs and stuff. Imagine. Something needs to be done. So I am all for Trump doing that massive deportation and getting their asses up out of here, because this is out of control. And this girl had to pay with her life. This beautiful young lady right here had to pay with her life. Her parents will not see her ever get married. She will not be graduating from college. They'll probably give her a certificate, but she will not walk those stage. Her father will not get the chance to walk her down the aisle. There will be no grandbabies. You know? All because Biden them opened up the country to anybody and everybody, all kind of criminals. Didn't even try to make sure they knew who they let come in here. All them ones that was over there in the prisons and jail, they let them come out and pushed them right over here into the U.S. And this is the type of stuff that's happening. You know? Come on, man. Enough is enough. Y'all better wake up. All I'm going to say is, you know, I ask God to keep the family in prayers and cover them with the Christ's blood and help them get through this. You know? Because this is the type of stuff that's happening. And this is just hundreds of many that has been assaulted. These idiots have out there fighting the cops, shooting at the police, and doing all kind of stuff. Breaking into businesses, stores. Enough is enough. Y'all better wake up and get with the program. But anyway, I'm going to close this video out right here. This is just a little bit of stuff. Like I said, it wasn't going to be too long. But I wanted to bring the latest of what's going on with P. Diddy. And bring prayers to this beautiful young lady, Riley. You know. May she be with the angels. And may her parents find a way to get through this. Y'all have a good evening. And remember, you are always blessed. And if you're going through anything out there, get help. Find somebody to talk to. Do not take matters into your own hand. All right? Y'all have a good evening. Remember, hit that like button to help the channel to grow. To all my new subscribers, I appreciate you guys. And all my old subscribers, thank you for being here. Y'all have a good evening. Stay blessed. Peace. I'm out.